leaders of the Alash and the entire party as whole didn't accept the October Revolution.
After the Kazakh lands were under the influence of the Russian Empire, some Kazakhs were educated to represent the interests of the stars. The Kazakhs managed to get an education, but instead of representing the interests of the stars, they represented the interests of their people, the Kazakhs. In 1905, the priest, along with several vodkas, went to a peaceful rally because the vodkas lived very poorly. But the peaceful rally was brutally suppressed. Because of this, a big revolution has already happened. As a result, the State Duma of the Russian Empire is being created. In 1906, they were invited to the State Duma, but already in 1907. But our intelligence continued to defend the interests of the people for which they were judged. Many of our intellectuals were imprisoned and then sent away from home. For example, Bukikhanov was sent to Samara and then to Orenburg. Baitusov and Mirza Abdulatov went to Orenburg, where they were allowed to engage only in scientific activities. But despite this, they continued their political activities even there. In 1913, the newspaper Kazakh was created, and in the future it will become the Alash Party.
They united under the slogan "Liberation of Kazakh people from the colonial yoke." Alikhan Bukikhanov left a very rich, priceless legacy. His journalism alone includes more than 1,000 articles, essays and notes published in more than 50 newspapers and magazines, a number of fundamental science works, literature and other branches of knowledge before and after October Revolution. Long before the October Revolution, the leaders of the Kazakh liberal democratic movement widely promoted their programs for the social, economic and political development of Kazakhstan. On November 21, 1970, the draft program of the Alash Party was published in the Kazakh newspaper. The draft program consists of 10 points: state structure, local freedom, fundamental law, religion, power and court, protection of the people, tax, labor and land issue, development of science and education. The main goal of our statehood must be recognized as a protection and the implementation of national ideas. In modern history, ideas were expressed for the first time in the political program document of the Alash movement. It set at its goals the gradual adaptation of the Kazakh society to modern realities on the basis of a reasonable combination of national traditions. The main program tasks of the party were proclaimed: liberation of the country from the colonial enslavement, exit of the Kazakh society from the medieval state and entry into a community of civilized countries, implementation of fundamental change in the socio-economic and socio-political life of Kazakh society. The Alash Party was demanding the adaptation of laws, recognizing the land as a property of Kazakh and the opening of schools and universities with their native language of instruction.
The organizers of the Alash Party were Alikhan Bukikhanov, Ahmed Batursunov, Khaled Dusmagomedov, and other representatives of the Kazakh intelligentsia of the liberal democratic direction, and it was a pan-Kazakh national democratic organization. The party also included representatives of a scientific and creative intelligentsia. In 1898 to 1903, he studied at the Faculty of Law of St. Petersburg University and graduated with a gold medal. One of the organizers of the Petition of Disagreement, Karkarly Petition, in 1905, the first Kazakh Master of Law. Olzhanov Odunshi. In 1887 to 1890, he studied at the Omsk Kazakh-Russian Gymnasium. In 1890 to 1894, at the Omsk Seminary of Teachers, he led the Alash army created in Jetsu. Baramjanov Ahmed. In 1891, he graduated from the Orenburg Gymnasium. In 1899, he graduated from the Faculty of Law of Kazan University, deputy of the First and Second Dumas, member of the Kazakh community of the Turgay region, worked in various legal authorities. Dostmuhamedov Halil. In 1894 to 1902, he studied at the Ural Military School. In 1903 to 1909, at the St. Petersburg Imperial Military Medical Academy, one of the leaders of the Western Alashorda. Dostmuhamedov Jansha. In 1899 to 1904, he studied at the Ural Military School. In 1904 to 1911, at the Faculty of Law of St. Petersburg University, he led the West Kazakhstan branch of the Alash movement.
First All-Kazakh Congress, having separated from the Kadet Party in the summer of 1917, the Kazakh intelligentsia at the First All-Kazakh Congress proclaimed the creation of the Alash Party, which decided its own program, which consolidated the universal suffrage, equality, and recognition of Russia as a parliamentary federal republic. The leaders of the Alash Party took the October Revolution with caution, expecting that the victory of the Bolshevik would bring nothing to the Kazakh people, while they considered the Constituent Assembly as a way to obtain sovereignty in a legal manner. Therefore, the intelligentsia was preparing for the elections to the same Constituent Assembly. Second All-Kazakh Congress held in December 1917. The reason were the fall of the provisional government in Russia and the growth of anarchist tendencies, as well as the threat of civil war. The goals were to create effective local self-government and counteract the penetration of communist ideas into the region. All the Congress decision was made about the desire to create the National Kazakh Autonomy Alash. The People's Council of Alashorda was established with Alikhan Bukikhanov as its chairman. The autonomy was to include the Bukay province, the Ural, Turgay, Akmola, Semipalatinsk, Sirdarya regions, the Kazakh districts of the Fergana and Samarkand regions, the Amudarya departments, separated volosts of the Altai province. Some Alashorda people advocated the immediate declaration of autonomy, such as Jakanda Dostmuhamedov and Khanil Dostmuhamedov, but they lost the vote, and Alikhan Bukikhanov and Alikhan Bukikhanov's group won.